We are live. Welcome everybody to State of the Gaming Industry episode 10. And we got a few things to talk about, not too much. I know Gamescom is kind of the big hot topic right now for reasons we'll get into. I also have a separate video coming out tomorrow on a certain announcement that we'll talk about. But to start off, I did want to just again talk about what I've been playing, any recent pickups, things like that. So of course, still finishing out Elden Ring. I'm out at the what do you call it, the giants, like the snow mountain area or whatever. So I'm like 50 hours in, pretty deep into that game. Then I'm gonna take a break to play the next game I picked up, which was Black Myth Wukong. Y'all can check out on my channel. I did do the first chapter. That game I probably have to stream like on the weekends, or like I'm off all next week, so I could stream it whatever night. But them chapters are long, man. I'm trying to do it the whole chapter through, and especially in the beginning when you dying a lot and things like that, I was dying a lot. Like that stream was like 5.5 hours. I see some people finish in 2 hours, but the game's dope. We'll talk more about it in a second, but let's shift over to what games came out and are coming out this week. So here. So this is the last week of August, so this is from Games Radar. So we know, like we mentioned already, that came out Monday. We had Black Myth Wukong on PC, PS5, no Xbox version yet. So that will be coming at some point. Again, something Xbox needs to figure out. We can't keep having games not launch the same day, because people basically see that as almost in a timed exclusive in a sense, or just kind of forget about the Xbox version, or if they want to play it that bad, they're not waiting if they got another system. So they got to figure that out. Concord, the full actual release, that'll be coming out PS5 and PC tomorrow, so Friday, August 23rd. We've seen the reviews. Concord, not the reviews, but the first impressions. We've seen the Steam numbers not doing so hot, but hopefully they could, pick that up. That is supposed to be a long-term live service game for Sony, so hopefully they could figure that out. Then on the 26th, which is, what is that? It's next Monday, so technically next week, but we could talk about it anyway. It's World of Warcraft, The War Within. That will be an expansion. That'll be on PS5 or Xbox anything. When did Warcraft come on consoles? I'll look into that later, but I'm almost positive. I thought World of Warcraft was only on PC, and it was trying to figure out how to get it on consoles. So I don't know if that's a mistake by Games Radar or not, but it's pretty much what we got as far as games. Again, the month coming down to a close. September, October, definitely start picking up more so October, November, December. That's going to be the the hot fall release season, holiday season. So we'll definitely get some more releases coming out with that. But like we mentioned earlier, talking about Black Myth Wukong, we shall look at how that game did. So game came out technically on the 19th. Like it was at, I think for my time, I could download it at like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. or something like that. I didn't play it till, what was that? I didn't play it till Tuesday, so the day after, but pretty good as we see with the reviews. Got an 81 on Metacritic. This is based on 68 reviews on PC. On PS5, it's only one review and it's at a 60. Okay. But either way, I mean, and we see with the user reviews, it's sitting at an 8.3, so definitely good for it that way. When I was looking at some of the reviews, they would say things like, hey, the story's not that great, or, it's kind of what I experienced too. It is a little bit more of a fight a few enemies that don't really mean anything, level up, and then just go to a boss after a boss after another boss. Like chapter 1 that I played through probably had like 7, maybe 8 bosses, which was kind of crazy, but definitely a good game either way. And not only that, as you can see on the Steam DB charts right here, so right now, as we're speaking, like this is a single player game as well, so that needs to be taken into account. Like these are people that are playing by themselves. They got almost 700,000 people playing right now. So 689,000. 24-hour peak was 2.4 million, bro. 2.4, and that's an all-time peak. Like, I want to see the first day. Yeah, the 20th, the first day, they got to 2.2. Then they hit 2.4 the day after. So, oh no, they hit 2.4 today. It was at 2.3 yesterday and at 2.2 the day before. So, for a single player game, like I've seen all the YouTube videos people's making with this. Like I said, I did chapter 1. I plan to, post my whole time playing that game. So definitely look it up. And I'll link it down below as well. But Black Myth Wukong doing this thing. The way I describe it is kind of like, I've seen some people kind of describing it as like a mix between like, it's like a Souls light, not like, but light, like God of War 2018, which I guess I kind of get that. It's more linear. It's not open world necessarily. Like you follow a very specific path. You fight, enemies and everything like that. So the action's there. It's not hack and slash. And then the big kind of like boss fights. The only thing is like the Souls elements would be, of course, just like the difficulty in general, but then it doesn't have the whole like you lose your souls or your currency every time you die and things like that. It has the little rest stops, kind of like what do you call it, like Jedi Survivor and all that. So it has the elements. I think it's more closer to like an action game, not hack and slash, but more single line, like linear action game. So I definitely recommend it though, especially like the CD keys. I don't know if they're still doing it, but I got it for like $50. It was like $53 with the tax and everything, and it technically counted as a pre-order. So got it for $10 cheaper and got some item it came with. I forget. I don't know if I used it yet, but definitely check it out. Black Myth Wukong, definitely. But let's move over to Gamescom Opening Night Live by our good friend Jeff Keighley. So we'll kind of like zoom through a few of these trailers. So show opened up with the trailer for Borderlands 4. Let me fix this. It's as good as the quality gives. No 4K from GameSpot. Alright, so you got a Borderlands 4 trailer. Now, it was very short, just a short little teaser. You see he's grabbing the mask out the flame there. And people are saying like it's weird timing because of the whole, the movie not doing well, but hey, Borderlands 4 has been rumored for a while, but it is coming next year, 2025 at some point. Wishlist it here. And then we had Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So this looked really cool. This is going through a certain mission. You see the graphics look great. There's obviously some type of presidential campaign. I think Clinton popped up or something at some point during this, but the really cool thing, I want to see if I could find it. There was a part where I don't think it has it. I don't think this is the full trailer, but there was one point where you use like a camera to take someone's like retina scan and then use that to open a door. So definitely super dope. So October 25th, the open beta or closed beta is coming. I don't know if it's considered open because it's early access, but August 30th, I believe. So next Friday, going into Labor Day weekend, I'll definitely be playing that. So looking forward to that. Then we had a game that, actually they skipped Goat Simulator because that was supposed to be next, I believe. But okay, so we got Dying Light, The Beast. So it's a brand new game set in the Dying Light universe. It was first person parkour. I've heard of the Dying Light series, but it says it only takes 20 hours to beat this game. So no date yet on it, but if you're into Dying Light, you can definitely check that out. And next we got Lost Records, which is, can't really tell what this game is, to be honest. Seemed like a spooky game. It's called Lost Records Bloom and Rage. It's from Don't Nod, which is Montreal's. Oh, okay. It's kind of like Life is Strange a little bit. Okay, I see. So first game's coming out February 18th, and then the second episode launches on the March 18th. So 1 month exactly from then. So it's a little like spooky game with friends and things like that. So cool. You got No Room in Hell 2, which is an 8-player permadeath co-op scares. Sounds like, oh sorry, 8-player permadeath co-op game. So yeah, I mean, just another like zombie type of shooter game. We got Arc Raiders, which where did I see this? I feel like we saw this at like not the Xbox Showcase, maybe some Summer Games Fest or something like that. But it's a studio behind the Final, so it's a team shooter, and it's coming some point in 2025. So not much else is known about the game, but looks pretty cool. It's got that old school like Acclaim color logo on it. It says playtesting starts this fall, so that's cool. We got this weird Infinity Nikki game. Just skip past that. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. So you can play the game ahead of it coming out in September. Warhammer. I need to get into this because I seen Warhammer was like, it's kind of like Gears of War meets like, I don't even know, just that big bulky, it's like Doom Gears of War type of thing. And I know one of these is on Game Pass. I definitely want to try it. I think there's so many of these Warhammer games, so I don't know where to start. I don't know if it matters when you start, but your pre-order is coming out September 9th. Then we got Path of Exile 2, which will be coming out, or early access coming out November 15th. This is a free-to-play Diablo-like, so you can check that out. Yeah, it looks just like Diablo. It looks pretty cool though. Diablo/Hades looking. Then we got a look at the Dune Awakening game. So it's going to be an MMO coming early 2025, PC only. So if you watch the Dune games, you kind of know what that's about. And after that, we got Monster Hunter Wilds, which a lot of people are excited for. Still no date. It's coming in 2025. I know Monster Hunter is super successful and super, like, it looks great, but I don't know. Maybe I played the wrong one. Like, I tried Rise. I couldn't really. I think it's too much of like building and crafting and stuff like that. Like, it's cool to go out there and fight the monsters and stuff like that, but the other elements of it I just couldn't really rock with. I tried Monster Hunter World too, just wasn't for me. Then we got Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. So this is going to be, I think it's, so it's coming out April 24th, and it's going to be, is this a brand new game? I think. Okay, yeah. So brand new. 22 characters in City of Wolves plus 5 more for those who buy into the DLC Season Pass. So that's coming out on April 24th. So not that much further along, around 8 months. So you can check that out. Oh, look, it's coming out on Xbox. So that's good for them. You got Civ 7, again, if you're into Civilization games. Starfield, so we got the announcement. So Shattered Space is coming out September 30th, which comes almost a little over a year after the original Starfield came out. They did announce the, what do you call it, the like buggy or the car vehicle thing that you could drive around. That's the Rev 8 that came as a free update the same day as opening night live. So I haven't tried it out. I've been thinking about if I want to download Starfield onto my PC and kind of play that with the max, settings and everything and see how that looks. But yeah. Then we got an announcement of Marvel Rivals coming to consoles as well as release date. So it's going to be coming out December 6th. It is, as people say, kind of like a Overwatch clone with Marvel characters. I haven't tried it yet, but it definitely looks dope. Like I'm willing to try it. I tried Overwatch for a little bit, a couple weeks. It was cool, but haven't really gave it its proper due. But coming to consoles December 6th. So we gotta look at Delta Force. What else? Kingdom Come 2, Zenless Zone Zero. So I know this game. I think it came out on PS5, so it was a mobile game that's coming to PS5. This is the second outing from Hoyoverse, who gave us Honkai Star Rail. Check that game out. Full release date. I believe it came out already. I think this was like a DLC. We gotta look at Batman Arkham Shadow, which is going to be a Batman VR game coming to the MetaQuest 3. So coming this October. Looks pretty cool. I mean, everyone wants to be Batman. Now you could do it from more than first person. It's literally covering your eye like you're in the world. So am I gonna invest in VR for it? No, probably not. What else do we have here? Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred. DLC, our expansion, that is coming out on, let's see the date here, October 8th, so just in time for that. Well, a little bit before Halloween time, so got that. Got some gameplay footage. Got the first Berserker. This game looks insane. This is, it says described as a hardcore action RPG. So, okay. And the dude Ben Starr from Final Fantasy 16, he's doing the voice work here. So this is coming out early 2025, and it'll be a technical closed beta on between October 11th to the 20th. So it looks dope. It's like anime style, super bloody from what it's looking like. And yeah, I mean, this is my kind of game. I ain't gonna lie. More will be revealed on how good it actually is. And then we got Indiana Jones and the Dark Circle, which is going to be our next topic that we're going to talk about. And yeah, so we got gameplay for it, but not only that, we got the announcement that it is coming out December 9th, but as you can see here, not only is it coming out December 9th, you can see the logos at the bottom of the screen, and we do see Xbox, Game Pass, Steam, and then, yeah, see, they tried to cut it out really fast, but we do see that last part. It is coming to PlayStation 5 in spring 2025, and now that's where we'll get into the next topic, which is about Indiana Jones going to PS5, and how do we feel about it? So there's a few things, and we'll look at IGN's article on it. I literally filmed a video kind of diving deeper into it, but I'll just, kind of repeat a little bit of the same points I made there. So the first thing that people need to realize is, and I'm not sure, again, I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it, but the thing people need to realize is that Indiana Jones is a licensed IP, so it being an Xbox exclusive for a long amount of time probably wasn't going to happen. Like, that's just like the reality of it when you look at any type of, like, especially nowadays, like if they were the dominant, or even a timed exclusive for like a year or so, I think if they were the dominant console for people to play on, maybe, but seeing as they're not, and the whole Game Pass thing, and they were able to work that out, we don't know behind the scenes what was the talk, but Disney was like, "Yo, we got to put this on PS5." Like, I'm almost positive that's how that talk went. We don't know what spring means. That could be March, could be April, could be May, could be mid-June, who knows? But I think there was no way Disney was going to just let that stay an Xbox exclusive, especially with the amount of like money that they're missing out on for it just being on Xbox and PC, so, and the Game Pass part of it. So I'm not that surprised about it. The one thing I will say though that they kind of mess up on is why did they have to announce it's coming to PS5 now? Like, it's one of those things where the game comes out, it does well in December, like it kind of like puts a, what do you call it, like throws sand on the fire of like the excitement of it, of Xbox getting a really big exclusive. It's like it's coming out in December, and then 3, 4, maybe 5 months later it's coming out on PlayStation. It's like some people will just wait. They got plenty of games to play. There's, no, everyone has backlogs to get through. There's free to play games people can wait on. They're not going to just go buy a system now unless they really want to play the game day one. I don't see why I don't know. I think that was a really, really big misstep on Xbox's part. But let's look at this article from IGN. So so it says Xbox's Phil, because they talked to Phil Spencer after this as well. So it says Xbox's Phil Spencer explains decision to launch Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on PS5. So we know they announced it coming to PS5. We know we had the 4 games that came to PS5 and Switch earlier this year with Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, Grounded, Pentiment. But we also know Doom: The Dark Ages did get announced for PS5 as well. So that's another thing. So this is a quote directly from Phil. It says, "Our franchises are getting stronger. Our Xbox console players are as high this year as they've ever been. So I look at it and I say, okay, our player numbers are going up for a console platform. Our franchises are as strong as they've ever been." And then crucially, says Spencer added that Xbox's multi-platform push is in part about bringing in more money to Microsoft's gaming business, with the pressure now on to deliver following, the ABK deal, $70 billion. It says, and we run a business. It's definitely true inside. It's definitely true inside of Microsoft. The bar is high for us in terms of, lost my line. It says, high as us. Yeah, how'd I lose my line? In terms of the delivery we have to give back to the company, because we get a level of support from the company that's just amazing and what we're able to do. So I look at this. How can we make our games as strong as possible? Our platform continues to grow on console, on PC, on cloud. It's just going to be a strategy that works for us. And he says, the last thing I'll say, as an industry right now, there's a lot of pressure on the industry. It's been growing for a long time, and now people are looking for ways to grow. Us as fans, as players of games, we just have to anticipate there's going to be more change in how some of the traditional ways that games were built and distributed. That's going to change. That's going to change for all of us, but the end result has to be better games. That way more people can play. If we're not focused on that, I think we're focused on the wrong things. So for us as Xbox, health of our platform, and our growing games most... Well, I just butchered that. So for us as Xbox, health of our platform, and our growing games, most important things. That's a weird sentence. So maybe I didn't read that weird. Then IGN ends it saying, okay, is Avowed going to come? Gears of War E-Day, Perfect Dark, Fable, which I don't think. So what we take from that is it's what we already knew, like coming from the business update when they said, okay, we're going to bring 4 games and kind of see how it does. And that's what he said also in the quote about we were learning from that and everything. Said, hey, you had, the live service stuff, the games that you got enough, basically like they got as much lemonade out of those lemons as they could on the Xbox platform and need to expand it. That's a way to get more money. And of course, with the ABK deal, they need more money as well to make it, that put a lot more eyes on them for Microsoft. We've heard Xbox almost got cut off from being a thing back in like 2018. So my thoughts on it are, it's kind of a catch-22, unfortunately. Like, they can keep making money, obviously, with all the IP that they own, especially now owning Call of Duty and things like that. They'll make money off of Game Pass subscriptions, whoever's there still. How sustainable is that? We don't know, especially with the day one releases and things like that. from third parties and those deals that they're doing. They'll make money getting, what is it, 70% off of PS5 or Steam or whatever other platforms. The issue is though, it's like it's hard for people to want to invest in Xbox as a brand as a whole. Like, yes, the industry's changing. We're seeing PlayStation games go on PC. We're hearing Square Enix and other people talking about spreading games out and not doing exclusives as much because they're not selling as well. But Xbox being the face of it as they're considered third place or like failing is like, it's just not good. Like, why they have to be the sacrificial lamb to be the first people to step out. So when it comes to what games are going, like I said, Indiana Jones to me isn't a surprise because it's literally a licensed IP. Doom the Dark Ages going doesn't surprise me because it is a legacy IP. I'm willing to bet Elder Scrolls 6 will be not exclusive. It will not be exclusive at all. Will it be day one in Game Pass? Yes. Will it be, you know, the like guaranteed to be on Xbox? Yes, for sure, obviously. But as far as it being exclusive, I think that's off the table now. I think that Fallout 5, that's off the table. I think that Blade, as much as people were complaining about it last year, I think that's off the table now. And when people said, oh, why didn't they throw out the Xbox logo or exclusively on Xbox Series X or whatever as a marketing thing, this is why. And I don't think I'm crazy or stepping off a ledge to say that. I think they've known for a while that a lot of these games are going to PS5 and they're not going to be exclusive. Like, will they be timed exclusive? Maybe. Like, I could see Blade being a timed exclusive. I could see that's about it, honestly. I think Fallout, Doom, all those things are going to be day and date. They have to be. They're too big of franchises that other people have had and experience. And, you know, Phil kind of talked about that with Doom. Like, hey, listen, we all grew up on it and things like that, and we're not going to do that. You can experience it through Game Pass on Xbox. That's the best place to play it. But now you talk about the PS5 Pro and when that comes out and that being the definitive way to play all these games and things like that. So I don't know. It's a slippery slope. I kind of get it with what when they say, you know, case by case basis and what they're choosing to put on the platforms, but it's definitely a slippery slope and we'll just have to see. But I wouldn't say like avowed maybe because it's a new IP, I guess. Like Gears of War E-Day, I don't see that. Like I don't see Gears, Halo, and all that. Again, I could be wrong, but I feel like they will be very selective on what they put because you have to maintain some form of exclusivity, some form of relevancy. Like the 6 months or year long, like wait and all that. People ain't gonna just do that. So, but yeah, that's about it. That is the end. Of course, we didn't have too much to go over. I know, like, there's been a few game launches, you know, some news from Gamescom and things like that. I might do I'm guessing the episode next week, we can just wrap up everything that's happened at Gamescom outside of Opening Night Live that we just went over today. So yeah, that's about it. Check out my video tomorrow. I dive a little bit deeper into the whole Indiana Jones on PS5 thing, talk about, you know, what other games may come. I've already kind of gave some of that out here, but definitely check that video out. I appreciate it. Definitely like and subscribe and leave a 5 stars if you are listening to the audio version.